Hey, I'm Rob with LSxHunter, and today we're talking about my new project car. That is this 2006 Dodge Magnum RT all-wheel drive. First off, though, let's look at the color. This thing is Inferno Red Pearl Crystal. Gorgeous, right? It's like the definition of what muscle, passion, right? The thing is just amazing. But like any seasoned warrior, this thing's got some scars. I mean, the thing's 161,000 miles on this thing, so it's been through a lot. Now, to get it roadworthy, we went through a couple of quick projects. The rear wheel speed sensor and rear tires got replaced, but it grabs like it should now, and it feels phenomenal. But I mean, as you can see, though, we've got some interior lights on the dashboard. This thing is glowing like a Christmas tree. It's got the ABS and traction control lights on. And we've got that light for the MDS as well. The deactivation just doesn't work. But, don't worry about that. We've got plans. We've got HP tuners coming up. So if you're interested in HEMI stuff, be sure to hit like and hit subscribe for HP tuners HEMI content. Now, aesthetically, there are a few rough spots that need to be fixed. We've got the front bumper that has seen better days. This thing has got a lot of kind of clear coat missing, but you can kind of see the clear coat where it was behind the license plate. Under the hood, this thing is powered by the 5.7 HEMI and the all-wheel drive configuration, like I said. Now, this thing's like 340 horsepower stock. It's got 360 horsepower-ish, most likely right now. That's because of the catback exhaust, the 91 octane tune, and the K&N cold air intake. Now, these mods do definitely help it out, but obviously we're after more power all the time. So we've got a couple of things planned, namely a camshaft and header swap. A couple of big ticket issues right there. Now, for the ABS issue, now we've got tone rings in the rear that need to be replaced. So in order to do that, we're going to go ahead and take those hubs off, replace the tone rings on the CV joints. We'll show you guys how to do that when we get to that point. Now, as for the MDS check engine light, I'm going to go ahead and leave that thing, just having issues. I'm not going to use it anyway. We'll plug it later on down the road. But for the short term, we're going to go ahead and get into HP tuners, go ahead and tune that MDS out, and just disable that light entirely to clean that dashboard up. Now, the headlights had their own little bit of issues getting into this car. So the way it worked, essentially, the headlights only came on with brights. What I ended up finding was the headlights were wired incorrectly. So I went ahead and just moved the plugs. Not a big deal. Was done almost immediately. But, the interior is a pretty important part of these cars, obviously. They're big, plushy things. The driver's seat has a pretty good sized tear in it. So we're going to go ahead and try to figure out how to replace that or repair it, ideally. We're going to go ahead and go through the entire interior of the car, replacing, restoring, fixing what's already in place. I want to make sure this car is what it was from the factory. Now, speaking of the factory, a lot of guys don't know that this car actually has a lot of Mercedes-Benz influenced things. So basically the chassis, the suspension, and the things that make the car drive well are Mercedes-Benz based. So really that accomplishes my goal. I really wanted an E-Class or C-Class, and I ended up with this thing, which is absolutely cool with me. So now, you're probably wondering what we paid for this thing. Well, $4,200. I mean, it's not bad, it's not great, but it did come with some kind of logistical issues. So what essentially happened was I bought the car in cash, left, came home, realized the guy didn't sign the paperwork properly, so I had to go through and get a surety bond, get a new title for the thing, and it went through just a whole bunch of different processes until I got the car in my name. But that's all taken care of, so now I can drive this thing. Now, I've already put about 2,500 miles on this thing since I've gotten it, and so far it hasn't let me down, and the thing drives phenomenally. Really, really like this engine. Now, it doesn't have any ticks, doesn't have any issues that I can tell. The thing seems very, very reliable. So, look forward to some HEMI content on the LSxHunter page. I'm Rob. Have a good one. I'll see you guys on the road.